This is a great question. So when women clamor for the attention of men, they usually get it, usually. And when men clamor for the attention of women, they usually don't. And that is the difference. This is a great
happen to men being the pursuers.
Y'all asked for the sequel, so here it is. Why Men Aren't Pursuing Women, Part 2.
But women are the prize because women, they got a pussy, you know what I mean? Pussy makes the world go round.
A compliment from a man means literally nothing, but a compliment from a woman, now that's something.
I'm taken, and I still love to go shake my ass at a bar with my friends. So
Hate the attention, but then when I feel unattractive and I don't get the attention, it's like, I don't love that either.
I'm not to say men are down here and women are up here.
Okay, so are women equal to men or are women superior to men?
For sure, superior.
Okay. When it comes to dating and relationships, who's typically seen as the prize, the man or the woman?
Yeah, the woman.
Okay, so if the woman is the prize, why even bother going out with a man in the first place?
I don't know.
That's a good
Great question. Ladies, if he says he's got no hoes, that means nobody wants him, so you shouldn't either.
Men think that they are the shit. Why do men think that they have to take money, or why do men think that women have to do cooking, cleaning, all that stuff, and all they do is go to work?
We control the world.
Okay. So if women control the world, why do so many people think it's a man's world? How likely are women willing to accept men for just the way they are?
Not very likely.
We want things, and we're not going to tell you what we want.
Why would you do that?
Because for the sake of being complicated.
So like, what kind of effort do you make? What do you do?
I mean, obviously, if I like someone and I know I'm going to be seeing them, then I'll put my makeup on and do my hair better than normal.
50% of adults in the United States are single. I wonder why that is.
There are a lot of cool men out here. I love the president. Let's give it up for the brothers. There's a lot of cool men out here. For the men out here. I love the president's speech saying you're looking at a feminist. What can men do leaving here? Be better. Be better at everything.
Men are taught that they have to make women happy. The fact of the matter is, you can't make anybody happy. You have to make yourself happy. Happiness is a byproduct of achievement. So for women to say that they're unhappy, it's their own fault. Anybody who says he's unhappy, it's his own fault. Everybody has to make himself or herself happy.
You're giving me such a bloody headache. Yeah, I mean, where are you from? Where are you from? Dear Lord, I would never in a million years teach my girls that they have to grow up to be reliant on a man, as you can well imagine. I would never teach my son that he should be attracted.
But Tracy, you're the same one. You're the same one who brags that she's so strong and so tough and doesn't need a man's money. Yet you're taking alimony.
City boy, city boy.
Got him. We fucking got him. That's why he's the GOAT. The GOAT.
Welcome, my friends. My name is Antoine Phoenix, and this is my RP experience. Peace and love to all my brothers and sisters out there. Thank you for hitting the like button, subscribing, sharing, and turning on all notifications so you know when I have a whole new video up. Today's video is going to be about, and this is not all women, because obviously there are women that are married, there are women that are in happy relationships, but women who are wondering why they are not being wifed up. Now, I don't think I can cover every woman's gripe of why she can't seem to get wifed up, and that's if she wants to be wifed up. But that's why I have one woman that don't need a man. She's okay by herself. Not sure if her experiences that she had in her life, probably had a bad relationship with her dad, maybe probably didn't have brothers really, and never really saw the male perspective. That's what I often think of women that's kind of like, they're definitely on that man hate. They cannot see the other perspective. I may have my issues with women, but I don't hate them because there are some of them that I do get along with. And some of them I do have some real kind memories that I can look back on and be like, wow, that's a really great person right there. Anyway, we're going to, something just fell. I hope I'm not haunted. That's one of my fears of getting a house, is buying a haunted house, because there's a lot of haunted houses in Florida. Believe me, I've been researching. Anyway, let's get going.
I just came to the realization why I'm single. Every guy that I'm like, oh yeah, he's attractive. Okay, this is not supposed to be offensive, but I see their wives and they just look like so, like, you know, like, not like this, just like, you know, like, I pretend my tattoos are gone. Dude, I look crazy. Like, that's why guys don't want to wife me up. And I just come to this realization today. See? I thought these men wanted, like, you know, big, strong, tough girls. I don't know. I feel like all of them are like super girly, and all these guys are like, yeah, that's my girl. That's just like housewife stuff. And I'm over here like, I own my own business. I'm covered in tattoos. I'm a little spazzy, but that's okay. We embrace it. But yeah, I don't think any guy's gonna wife me up because they can't take me seriously. And I just realized that. Damn.
You know what? I think I can help you here. So I'm going to drop you some free advice, or women that think like you. Now, she doesn't seem to have a bad personality. Obviously, she must go to the gym, so probably she's buffed up. Now, she does have a nose ring and tattoos. That will turn, as I'm not sure the percentage amount of men, but I'm going to say at least 40 or 50% of men off the rip is going to be turned off by that presentation right there. Me, I'll use myself as an example. That package is not my type. But if I was to meet this woman and we got along great, and I thought she was, uh, she, she had the curves in the right places, even though she's rocking that other stuff, I'm kind of like, ugh. I'm going to be like, okay, well, I'm picking more on character right now. I mean, looks does matter. Don't get me wrong, looks does matter, but I'll overlook certain things if the personality and the chemistry is there. But let's be honest, in this day and age, especially since men are more voicing their opinion about what they like and don't like, a lot of dudes are going to like cut you off the rip. Now, the mistake that a lot of women are making, some men make this mistake as well, but you're going after men that's not interested in you. And of course, you want to get wifed up. You should go for a guy that has tattoos, a guy that's in your same type of clique or circles. Now, of course, though, they may not be the men that you exactly want, because they might be Chads or Tyrones, or they might be sleeping around or something like that. But you have to understand, the men that's thinking marriage off the rip are men that's looking for a woman that he can take home to mom. They can take home the family. The same way that women want a status symbol of like, hey, look at the man that I have, the man that I was able to get, the football player, the basketball player. Not saying all women do that, but I still think all women do a thing of picking a man that she can put her head up and be like, look at my man right here. And there's nothing wrong with that. But see, men have a similar type of thing of a woman. It depends on the type of woman that he think is presentable to him. So there are men that will like that style that that woman has. But obviously, she is not attracted to those types of men, or those types of men are not running to the altar trying to get married. Because I don't think a lot of bad boys are trying to get married. And maybe that's another reason why some women look at that as a prize of being able to convert that man or Chad or Tyrone into a husband because he don't want to be there. But maybe she can fix him up and have him there. So I would tell this woman, stay in your lane. I mean, you seem nice enough. You don't seem like you have an attitude. You don't seem like you have a entitlement thing. You didn't say stuff like, well, a man needs to do this and that and this, even though that wasn't part of your conversation. But that's where I think you're going wrong. You are going for men that usually would not go for your type of woman. Like maybe you're going for like clean cut white collar guys. Even if they go to the gym or something. You need to get a guy that kind of does the same thing that you do. So, let's see what the next woman has to say.
So this is for the single people. I've been thinking like the last few days, like I can just not imagine ever being with someone ever again. Like, how do you get to that stage of even like meeting someone and then like all of a sudden you're just like hanging around with them every day? Like, how does that even happen? Like, I don't know whether like I'm just going through like this phase or like this stage of like a breakup, even though it was like months ago, but like I just can't envision it. Like, I just don't think I'm ever going to meet anyone. Like, I'm totally fine being on my own forever, but like, is this a thing? Like, do people still meet people, or are people just going to be single forever now? Like, I just don't get it.
Okay, that's sad. And that's going to be a lot of people's reality. It might even be mine. But I understand where mine is coming from because I'm leery. And the women that are available to me right now, I really don't trust where that's going to go. So my plan is to elevate my status and money, whereas I got a better pick, and maybe I'm still not sure about getting married ever again. But I don't mind having a relationship or spending time with a woman for a period of time. And that's the thing I've discovered is a period of time is your turn, as some of you hardcore RP guys would say. Uh yeah, is not your girl, it's just your turn. So, you know. However, though, getting back to what she was saying right there, she seemed authentic in the way that she was trying to think out how she can move forward in this dating market, because dating apps really, and of course though, this does not apply to every single person, but for the majority of people, dating apps suck, because I believe in a woman's case, you get a lot of dudes coming after you. Of course, those not the men that you want, but at the same time, you're not always getting quality dudes. So you getting so much that you have to filter through them, and sometimes you may pass over a dude that might be good for you only because when you start filtering stuff out, you start being superficial. This goes for both genders. So it's going to be looks, money, like the things that you can easily see first. And then you will go for their personality later. And depending on if they like you, they think you're attractive, then they're going to put on their best show to impress you until they get tired and the mask falls off. So that's why definitely now I'm more concerned about how a person is really. I'd rather honesty. I mean, if they're like bitchy or something, then go ahead and be that. Who knows? You might have just the pinch that I can take, but who knows? Uh However, though, I have no I can't think of the word. I would not get involved with a woman that is totally toxic and totally like off the chain. Not again. And not to say that person was always toxic, but I think because I allow stuff and let stuff go, it started to escalate. Okay, I'm trying to answer this woman's dilemma right here. Yeah, how can you meet men? Look, I would suggest the old fashioned way. And whereas like men can travel and go places, women they kind of don't have some of those avenues. Is either dating apps, clubs, bars. They can go to church, but they may not be real religious, or either just because you get somebody in church don't mean that you're going to get a stand-up person, because some people may be there fishing for a mate, especially the women. There's this video that a woman said that she can't find any single men in church, and then this preacher pulled up a bunch of guys that was single, and it was a lot of them. So obviously she was overlooking, and she was not a 10. She's not my type. She's like too heavy, but she's being like super picky. So once again, I don't think this is this woman's particular problem. It's just that she don't know how to put herself in position to meet the men that she may be interested in. But I would just suggest with her, like, maybe go to a bookstore, malls. Those are usually good. Now I have to admit though, it starts to lose that allure as you get older. I'm not sure how old she is, but I think she's still in her maybe late 20s, early 30s or something. So women, you can kind of meet guys like that. Or of course though, if you go to like wine tasting things, or go out to nice places to eat with a girlfriend, not a bunch of women. Sometimes I think for women, unless if you just want to go out and just enjoy your time with your girlfriends, yeah, go with a bunch of girls. But if you're trying to meet a guy, don't go with no more than maybe 2 other girlfriends. Actually, maybe just 1 other. That, because a lot of men might be single. He might just have 1 friend. And I always think large groups of men are just looking for nookie. I mean, the more groups, the more that's his inclination. Not all the time, but that's why I usually see. Anyway, we got one more woman here, and this is the woman that don't need a man. And of course, though, look, if you don't like men, you hate men, you angry, blah blah blah, why are you complaining? Just go live your life, okay? But then again, though, men do somewhat the same thing with saying that we're going our own way, blah blah blah. But I think in men's case, we have to do that, because a lot of women are putting videos like this, like, hey, what's going on? Why don't men want to get married? What is the issue? So you want men to be open. That's what we're trying to be now.
As a childless woman in my early 40s, I'm constantly thinking about my retirement and what that looks like. And it's always the same, no matter what. And it has been since my 30s, which is to live in a hut or a well-framed cabin in the woods with a community of women. And we all just like grow our own food, make our own preserves, read books, fix everything ourselves, have coffee together in the morning, drink wine at night, have a bunch of cats and dogs and chickens and goats, maybe some horses, pigs, whatever. And then we do really weird shit at night. that makes everyone scared to come up to our property and just leaves us alone forever until we all just die in our beds, happy. That sounds like a pretty good retirement.
Okay. And she's 40. And she actually doesn't look bad for her age, So she obviously took care of herself. So not all women fall apart when they get over a certain age. And I'm a little mixed with that age thing. Like I don't really like restricting myself in any way long if it's legal now, but uh because I don't know the woman that I have a connection with. I don't know what nationality she's going to be. I don't know what her age is going to be. I don't know what country she's going to be. So, because of that, and is what like 7 billion people on the planet, and I'll say at least 4 billion of that is women because it's supposed to be more women than men. Because of that right there, I'm kind of like, as long as I'm attracted to her, we get along fine, and I don't think she's looking for a retirement plan or something. Which I have to admit, the older women get, I think love goes totally out of the window. Being reciprocal goes totally out of the window. It's all about what they can get. They become like those men that they've been going after that just was getting what those men wanted and then disregarding those women right there. So they in turn start being like that. Does that every woman do that? No. But however, though, you can't tell because a lot of them dress the same, a lot of them act the same, and you won't know unless if you have hard conversations with them. Whereas most men don't do that because it's hard enough meeting a woman that you like, that she likes you, that you are compatible. And I think we go wrong when we don't want to rock the boat because we're like, I don't want to uh, lose this woman over something petty or stupid. Whereas that goes with me with letting certain things go. The thing is, if you're a man or woman and you are not healed, probably is better that you do stay single because you're going to just go out here and hurt someone and produce like a path of destruction. I think women do this more than men because women are on that self love kick, but not self accountability. And I think you need both of those to heal because you need to be able to look at yourself and be like, okay, I messed up here. I could have did better, and I'll be better for the next person. Whereas with self love, you're just about like, okay, I accept myself, I love myself, uh, uh, like increasing your confidence. So that's not bad, but you need accountability to balance that out right there. I'm not sure what happened in this woman's life. I'm pretty sure she just blames the man, not not her choices. Maybe she was toxic. That's that's the thing there that I have to always be careful with women because most of you, 90% of you tell lopsided stories. You even do that against other women. If I were to take two women and they are having altercation with each other, and I was to ask each one because I've done this mediator thing. I don't know how I usually get into these types of things right there, but I'm thankful for the experience. And I hear both women's stories. I would not be able to tell who's right or who's wrong. Like when they would tell me the story, I would be like, okay, yeah, she's wrong for doing that right there. I totally agree with you. But then if I'm cool with the other woman as well, and then I hear her side of the story, she will tell me something that be like, oh, she didn't tell me that she did that. So that's why you did that. And then sometimes there are women that totally lie and make up stories about the other person. But if it can be verified that both women tend to leave certain things out to make themselves seem like they are perfect angels. Red fucking flag right there. So, to that woman right there, like, hey, I don't know what happened in your life. Yes, stay single, heal. Maybe you are into women right now, even though y'all have y'all issues too with each other, with like the lesbian relationships, but maybe that's best for you to do. Uh and also, I'm not sure because whenever a woman's complaining about a man, the first thing I'm thinking of like, what type of dudes do you go for? And if they start saying like Pookies and Ray Rays, they're not going to say that. But if every guy's an asshole, and I can see the type of men that she go for, then it's kind of like, damn, this is on her. It's a video I might do on Rihanna and ASAP Rocky. Now, of course, though, he is the millionaire and he is a rapper. And I understand sometimes you can only date the people that you are exposed to. But on the other hand, I'm looking at the man that she picked. And now is like issues that he may go to jail and stuff. Like you picked that dude and you had kids with him. So that's why, even though we get caught up with the body type, and yes, I mean the body count, and that is important. When you see the type of men that she go for, the type of men that she's always around, and that's not you, leave her alone. This is especially for the good guys out there. So that's it. Give me a like, a subscribe. Now, I hope you like this video. I tried to think out exactly how I was going to map it out, and I just didn't want to go like bash the women type of thing. I want to give each woman in there a answer. And for men, hey, I understand why you not picking some of those women out there. Well, especially the first two. The one in the middle, I think she's just at the wrong places to meet guys. And sometimes you can be in like a town or something that you're just not meeting people or something. Because I know with my work thing now where I work, I don't get a lot of interactions with women that I used to when I was doing photography. So I will say sometimes your job and the things that you do give you a better opportunity to meet people. But at the same time, I'm not really looking for a woman. Not right now. Because I'm all about the bag. So have a good day.
Ian. Why are you tripping? I'm just taking a selfie, like. Do you know what the word of the day is?
No.
The word of the day is legs.
Legs.
Do you want to come back to my place and spread the word?
She want me.
You got a number?
Yeah.
Type that shit in before I change my mind. Alright. Peace.
That's why he's the MVP. That's why he's the GOAT. The GOAT.
We do not live by your rules, dirty words.